Okay, so when I was waking up this morning, I think I figured it out. And I feel pretty silly if this is the solution. So, my thoughts. We need to get into Ash Twin. It's in an impenetrable shell. So we gotta teleport there. We can't teleport from Ash Twin because that teleport doesn't work. But what if we teleport from somewhere else? Because they all link back to those towers. So if we go to... Where is it? I think it's over here. Wondering if we go to one of these and stand on it. Unless we need to like activate it first or something. The other thing is because the the warp location is determined by the mass. I'm thinking it has to be at the beginning of the cycle when Ash Twin still has most of its mass. So what am I, dude? I know there's a. I probably should have just read the signs. You know, there's a sign. Here it is. The only question is whether these are active. It looks active. And now that I'm thinking about it, I was also thinking like, well, multiple, like every planet basically has a teleporter to, like, connected to those on Ash Twin. And so I was thinking like, well, which one is it? Does it matter? So my thought coming here was it's the quickest one to get to. But now I'm seeing that we're kind of faced away from the sun. And we know that those two orbit the sun pretty closely, so we might need to go to a different planet. We might need to go to maybe Brittle Hollow or Giant's Deep. Giant's Deep is also pretty easy to get to, and it's like immediately visible overhead at the start of the run. I'm thinking it's probably not Timberhearth. That would be pretty easy. Also to like kind of metagame it from a game design perspective, like I don't know if you wouldn't want people like accidentally stumbling on this. So I don't know. I don't know how you prevent that though, unless I'm wrong. I saw them a second ago. I'm wondering. No, so we're pointed up. We're not pointed at the sun. Do any of these have a sun facing? No, it shouldn't matter though, because the warp should. Actually, I don't know. Would the warp activate when the towers on Ash Twin point here, or does it need to be? Because I've definitely warped back before. Like shortly after arriving. Hold on one sec. Okay. I'm gonna say maybe not this. Let's check Giant's Deep. Giant's Deep is an interesting one because you can't see, you know, it has an atmosphere, so you can't see where it's actually pointing. So maybe that's might be it. Let's see. Let's refuel. I don't remember where Giant's Deep is. I almost just want to restart and fly. Oh, there it is. Very far away. To meet it on the other side. Also, Giant's Deep had... I thought Giant's Deep had something about... oh jeez. Let's slow up. I thought it had something to do with the Ash Twin, but I might be thinking about... I can just check the computer. Let's enter from this the bright side and see if we see a warp pad. If this is the side that has the warp pad. Not seeing a warp pad. That's Gabbro, and then where they made the probe launcher. I know it's by the jellyfish, I think. But now I'm thinking this might not be here. It's right here. I guess this isn't the jellyfish, but let's get onto here a little bit more. The other question is if the warp needs to be activated. Because, like, I don't know if I've ever gone through one of these without without having come through it first. If it needs to be activated, then unless, like, you have to fly to Ash Twin, quickly warp, and then quickly warp back. We did that with the sun station, but by that point it might have been too late in the cycle to warp where we need to go. Hold on, I want to fly straight up and see. I also feel like they wouldn't, like, it would be really hard to know when you're gonna warp here, so maybe this isn't the one. We we go straight out here, what are we pointing at? The sun. That seems promising. Let's go back. Hope I didn't just like miss the window. I also hope that I don't have to just like sit here for an entire cycle hoping that, you know, just to see if it happens. It's interesting that on the map it shows I'm moving. I didn't notice that before. So I guess because we're on a floating island, I guess the island is, yeah, moving. Kind of cool. We know that the Sun Tower is like the first one to be revealed, or like to be uncovered on Ash Twin, but you can't actually get inside it for a little bit because the sand has to lower below the point that you can like enter into the cactus room. I'm trying to think. I think the next two towers are the Ember and Ash project. So maybe you need to like warp to Ember and then quickly warp back. Can try that too. Yeah, I do think the warp needs to be activated. I think Brittle Hollow, the warp is on the, I mean that's how you get to Brittle Hollow. Brittle Hollow's warp, it's on the inside. So I don't think it's that. I'll give it another minute or two, but I don't think it's Brittle Hollow. I tried it on Timber. It's nice, yeah, okay. Not even face the right way anymore. I think it's too late by this point, but I'm just going to use this to scout. Yeah, you can see it's way too late. So Sun is first, yep, and then the twins. Then Timber. So Timber Hearth, I mean, that's going to be way too... Well, actually... Well, the question is, do we need to be standing on that thing, or do we just need to be standing above it? Because this is open up here. This is open, so we could always jump down there. But then the sand won't have uncovered that crystal until much, much later. And then this is Brittle Hollow. We know it's not this one. Pretty sure. And then that's where we just were. So I'm gonna test a couple things really quickly. Just want to go. I'm gonna confirm that this takes us to the inside of. Yeah. Okay. So it's not gonna be this one. And yeah, if we go in the black hole, white hole warps us to the one on the outside of Brittle Hollow. So Brittle Hollow has two, but only this one is going to warp to the twins, I think. Do they have to be? They have to be calibrated to another crystal, right? Have we read that? I feel like we have. I mean, regardless if it needs to be activated, then... Yeah, I think it's... I think I remember reading something about the calibration of the crystals. Check the computer. Although I also don't know how long I'm going to be waiting here. Can't even go, like, explore the forge for... clues because I didn't raise the forge. I might just like restart. I don't want to wait. I don't know of a good way to end the run here. I could just quit. Actually, I'm pretty sure there's some ghost matter around here. Oh, I could also just take fall damage. That, that would work. I thought there was ghost matter here, but I might be mixing that up with Ember. I think up there maybe had some. I'm checking to see if there's a good place to kill myself if I miss this jump, and there's not. I think I'm just gonna restart. Okay, so let's go to Ash Twin first. Yeah. Makes sense that you couldn't just warp straight there because you'd want to make sure that you know about the warping in the first place. The sand hasn't even started yet. Also might be the key there. There, it's starting. I guess I'll just watch it. Okay, here's the sun. Another thing I thought of is in the reflecting pool, you know, the stars outside are spinning around really fast. I'm thinking it probably is just like the core of the planet and it's stationary relative to the orbit or the rotation of the planet. So that's why it seems like it's moving a lot, maybe. Okay, those are the twins, and then we should start to see Timberhearth. Maybe it is the sun. Do we have to like warp to the sun quickly and then come right back? That one looks like it's going to be uncovered kind of soon. Still don't see the one for Timberhearth, which is weird because it looked like it was pretty tall, but we just gotta do this while we can here. Oh that's not what we want. So right after this passes is when we can get in there, so I'm gonna need that. Only problem is having to wait here, but it's not like we have to wait that long. We do have to wait here, though. Yeah, it definitely has to be calibrated, otherwise you'd warp to other planets. Alright, so now we're here. Now if we warp straight back... Oh, that's not what we want. I've definitely warped back on this before. Maybe I just got lucky with the timing, but... I don't like that we can't really see anything. I could see the ship going by, but... maybe this isn't it. Also, I'm kind of realizing this is the white hole core thing, and the other one's going to be a black hole. I'm wondering if the, like, before you've activated them, whether this is here. Gonna have to check that. Come on. Maybe this isn't it. I don't think it would take this long. Yeah, there's the black one. I guess it's a coincidence that kicking the door open got me to teleport back, but now... Okay. Actually, we can really quickly verify that. I can just fly to Ember and see if that light is on, and then I can fly back here and activate the teleporter. That's what I'm gonna do. Actually, where's my ship? Okay. So let's see. Okay, the light is here. Does that mean I can teleport there? Let's see. No. Let's fly over there quickly. Maybe it's the Timberhearth one. Or the Ember. Let's see. Like a teleporter. First I was like, what is that? I guess that's the Adel Rock. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so that doesn't make a difference. Although now this thing is up. So now I think we can warp back. Let's just test it. I'm also wondering, does the orbit get more like misaligned as time goes on? Is it possible to even warp back on this one? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. What is this? Return warp status charged. Okay. So you can't... Oh! Okay. Alright. So you can warp back. And this one just doesn't work. But we know it's here. I really think we need to go... We need to like rush here. Sun one didn't work. I'm wondering if... So it's like Timber Hearth is here. And we can get in through the roof. Like this. So I'm wondering if we even need to be on the thing or if we can just be above it. I think that's the next thing we gotta try. If that's not it, then maybe Ember Twin. And if that's not it, then I'm out of ideas for now. Actually, I was gonna try, I don't know, is there enough gravity to kill me here? Probably. Nope. Should be here though. Nope. They just stand in this. Alright. I feel like we're close. I feel like this has to be it. If this doesn't work, then I'm very, very confused. We'll kill some time by the campfire. Whoops, no. Give it like what, 2 minutes? 3? Let's give it 3. that did that. I never noticed that that's the, like, warp symbol thing there. Trying to encourage you to warp there. Alright. Although by my logic of being able to warp from Timberhearth, even if the sand hasn't fully uncovered the warp pad yet, then you should be able to do that from here too. It's the broken one. I think you gotta be standing on the crystal. So we'll just do this one first because I don't think Timberhearth is gonna be unveiled in time. Wait, I just realized, I think, I don't know if my theory makes sense, because my whole thing was like, oh, I can use this to warp back, but no, it does. It does. 'Cause it just has to be calibrated to that crystal, but then it goes off of the object's, like, center of mass or whatever. Another issue I just thought of with Timberhearth is that I went straight there and stood on it for a few minutes and nothing passed overhead. So I'm thinking even if I warp there, I don't know if I'm going to be able to warp back. Because that's kind of the issue I'm having right now. Is it's passing by, but it's not actually going over. Yeah, like that's not pointing here. No. Was that the trick? Did I just have to like get off of it? Was that the problem? I don't think it was overhead when that happened. You know what? Maybe since this place has trees in it, like maybe that's a hint that you're supposed to stand around here for a while. See now, it does warp you to the... maybe I don't understand that, because if it was based on the center of mass, then all of these teleporters would take us to the same place, but clearly we're ending up on the teleporter that we came from. Where's my ship? Oh, I'm stupid. It's not that it warps you to the center, it's that the tower needs to be aligned within 5 degrees of the astral body center, and then that will take you to the warp location. Okay, so I guess I have no idea once again. Unless it has to do with the forge. The warp receiver must be located on or in close orbit around the relevant astral body. Close orbit, I'm thinking Adelrock, I'm thinking the twins, I'm thinking the... Wait. No, wait. I was thinking the Brittle Hollow Hollow's Lantern, they were testing the ore to be used in Ash Twin Project there. But I don't know if they were like... I got the impression that was like a one-time thing and they're like, okay, it's good. And then harvested the ore from Timberhearth. But I'm thinking... There wasn't a warp on Hollow's Lantern, was there? I'm gonna go double check that. Six warp receivers constructed on different locations. Do we know all six? There's Sun, Ember Twin, Timberhearth, Brittle Hollow, Giant Steep. That's 5. I guess the 6th one would be the other twin tower that doesn't work. Receiver must be located on or in close orbit around the relevant astral body. And I know I've seen something about the one of them not working. Went to the comet after trying to make the sun supernova, and at the comet is where they found the ghost matter. Yeah, every Nomai warp tower is, or it's tuned to a specific astral body. Another thing I thought about is if somehow diverting the power at the high energy lab, if you go back to the city, whether that changes anything, but that, I don't know. Conscious observer were to enter the eye. No physical entrances. Or maybe it was durability testing. Maybe they... Well, it says ore samples. I'll go back here just to check, but like, yeah. Because if they're testing all of the ore here, then the logical next step would be that they send it to Ash Twin, to the Ash Twin project to build the shell. So I don't know. Let's just go check that out. That's a good a start as any right now. Don't have much time though. There's no warp here. Okay. I was just gonna show us Timber Hearth, yeah. It's interesting, we've hardly seen that before. Yikes. Maybe there's another another one of these craters that has... I checked them all, but like maybe I missed one. Maybe I didn't get close enough. Yeah, you're right. I gotta go get that. Thanks. Well, I'll be right back. I forgot my coffee. Yeah, me too. All right. So engrossed in this that I forgot I made coffee. Is that? No, surely that's not anything. And I also feel like if there were something big I was missing, there would probably be something in the computer about it, right? Like, I think I have all the information I need. Okay. I feel like I'm checking the same places, unless it's on this one over here. God, I'm having trouble controlling this. Alright. I'm gonna say there's no warp here. How are they sending the... They weren't like manually bringing ore over here, right? Like they had to have... Unless it's like imply that it was in there and it got wrecked. I mean, they would show some like ruins or something, right? Like so it's really just the alignment with the center of the astral body that matters, but then it takes you to that warp core. So so I don't think my theory is correct then. It would need to be a new warp pad that we haven't discovered yet. Or that we have and just never used. Interesting. I think the sun gets bigger throughout most of the cycle, and then when the music starts, it starts contracting. There's nothing like here that I just haven't checked, right? This debris is like floating. I don't know. I might need to go back to the mental drawing board. Because that is a key distinction. I for some reason I thought it was that it warps you to the center of mass, which is not, that doesn't make any sense now that I think about it, because the warp locations are clearly on the outside of planets and stuff. It just needs to be aligned with it. So, I mean, I could be totally wrong. I mean, I feel like it almost has to be that there is a warp inside of Ash Twin, because that shell is meant to be impenetrable. They've said it's impenetrable. There's no cracks. I think that's the clue that the only way in is to warp there. It has to be a warp. So we tried Sun Station. That didn't work. We tried Ember Twin, that just took us back. The other warp here didn't work. Adelrock doesn't have anything. Timber Hearth. I guess we haven't tried this one yet. But I mean, it doesn't matter because it would just warp us back to where we came. So that's not the solution. There has to be, I feel like there has to be a warp somewhere that we haven't tried. Well, they were mining the ore here. They tested it on Hollow's Lantern, but ostensibly once they did those tests, they just started shipping it directly there. So maybe there's a warp here that we haven't, or that like maybe I came across a long time ago and forgot about. Giant's Deep we checked, this doesn't have one. There's nothing out here. Let's go. Alright, we're gonna do one more run for now. I'm going to check these waterways. I'm trying to remember. I know there's like a start point to them. Could just go into any of these like geysers. It's the Grove, the Quantum Grove. You know, it's weird because I never figured out that poem, and I'm wondering if it was just essentially for fun, like, you know, showing that the order of things can change when they move quantumly or whatever. Yeah, we never really figured that out. And then there's this radio tower that has its own location on its own entry on the map. We did this. Here, it's these. I want to fly into one of these. Actually, the start to it might have been what we just flew over, but whatever. Nope. Okay, so this is the Nomai discovering us. There's 2A, so 2B was where we went before. Okay, so 2A was where we came from, like 200,000 years ago, at least. Okay. This is... It's funny because, like, on first pass, I didn't really realize that that's what was going on, but it's kind of funny that this game has required me to backtrack so much that I'm basically getting everything that I missed the first time around, I feel. Maybe not everything, but certainly more than I had. Oh, their paper just underwater. Okay, and this, I guess this is the way out. Oh, wait. Have I been this way before? Oh, this is just the beginning. This is where we... So it's all connected. Dang. Thought I would maybe come across something new. That's okay, because I think the best lead right now is where they were mining. What is that? Oh. Okay. That's where we just went up. Never mind. I mean, that is a warp pad right there, but... Were they really bringing the ore out to the surface? Possibly. Also, this is mining site 2B, so we know 2A, 2B, but then was there a mining site 1? Did we see anything about some other, like, ore they had tried mining? They bring it up, they mine it, they bring it up here. And then I guess they loaded onto these crates and then carry it up the rest of the way? Like, clearly they've mined this. Yeah, and you can see this is coming from one of the, boreholes, so they... There's also some from underwater. Hold on. I guess that doesn't matter as much. No, why? Oh, it's just to go up. That's why. They mine it. Ship it up here. And then they carry it out. carry it out here. They carry it all the way across this. Where's that warp pad? Like, it's not anywhere near here. Oh. Is this significant? Like right here? There's just some ghost matter here for some reason. This tree? Nomai landed their ship. And I see a big hollow tree. Do we see a big hollow tree? It fell from above. This is all a bridge. That feels significant. Where is there a big tree like that? This one? The one with all the ghost matter under it? Is the ghost matter what, like, destroyed all of this? Like, this feels significant, otherwise they would just put other similar trees there. Yeah, and then this, I mean, this leads to the teleporter, so I mean, like, it is near the excavation site, but, like, it's also pretty far. Does warping from Ash Twin to Timber Hearth actually send us here? I feel like it has to. This isn't active, so I think it has to. I mean, we might as well just try it, like... Got nothing to lose. I'm like becoming increasingly doubtful that this is the solution, but this is gonna be a pain in the ass though. Maybe this ghost matters here just because they needed a place to put it, because they wanted to have it on like every planet or something, and it wouldn't have been appropriate to put other places. Could have had some in the mines, but maybe that would have been too annoying. Can I get up here with the fuel I have left? Try to make this as easy as possible. Try to jump. So I'm burning fuel even when I just do this, so... Okay, if I do this, I can at least glide across, so... I have unlimited oxygen here. Wait. Alright, we're good. Okay, we are out of time. Maybe we can quickly try to warp here from Ember. I mean, from Ash Twin. Over here. There we go. No. That's okay. That's okay. Wait. Oh, what was this one? The geysers. Yeah, I don't think we have time. Okay, one more. I'm just gonna test that. That's like the only one we haven't tried yet. Did like 4 minutes, I think. Did 3 before, and it wasn't nearly enough. Maybe even 5. I'll just do 4. No, let's do 5. We just want to activate the teleporter. Oh no, we're not gonna... Cutting it close. Yeah, it's crazy. It's not even... Oh, there. It's just starting to be uncovered now. I'm just gonna stand here. Although I'll get sucked up if yeah, I'll have to move for that. Just that I'll get sucked up when the when Ember comes by. Okay, so that kind of disproves that theory that just being on top of the teleporter, regardless of like my height, would take me there, because it didn't. We just saw it go overhead. So yeah, I guess you gotta wait. Oh. Go get my ship. Okay, actually... guess it's just gonna orbit. Alright. Keep like hearing the quantum fluctuation thing for like a split second, even without the... Oh, not that. No, I'm sorry, the distress beacon. Yeah, I keep hearing that for like a split second while I'm waiting here. very faintly. You're kind of right there. Excuse me? What was that? That sounded like a warp trying to go off. Was it because I wasn't close enough? Okay. Here we go. Okay. That takes us, yep, right here. And if we leave and come back onto it. Okay, you do have to leave and come back. And it just takes us back here. So, I don't know. I'm out of ideas right now. I am out of ideas. Maybe there's something on Whitehall Station. Haven't been there in a while. It talks about how to warp, but like I feel like that's... Yeah, I don't know. There's no way... I guess the way back to Whitehall Station would be through Brittle Hollow. Ugh, man. Don't have my ship. Beam me up. Oh. Uh-oh. What the f... I swear I just heard a distress beacon there. Maybe, you know, maybe I was hearing the distress beacon on Ember. 'Cause I think there is one there. not playing well. You must be sitting on the warp platform. Okay. Yeah, we knew all of this. We can take this with us. Pretty sure I've done this before, but... I guess that was one other thing I wanted to try, even though I don't know what it would possibly do, but I wanted to see what happens if you divert the power away from the city and then go back to the city. like that 5 degrees thing might be important too, because like here you can see like, okay, this is how it works. I don't know why they need to emphasize the 5 degrees unless it's just like world building. My ship's too far away. So I can do one of these. That didn't kill me? Are you serious? Fuck. Just drop coffee all over the place. God damn. Alright, that's probably gonna be enough for me then.